What is up, guys? I'm going to be showing you today how to diagnose and replace a transmission shift cable in a 2004 through 2008 Ford F150. Without further ado, let's get started. To start off diagnosing this, turn your key, and if you're trying to shift and it's really hard to shift, or this is just free moving, your shifter is free moving, then your transmission shift cable is toast. Like, this one will not go very far. This is bad, very hard to move. It's a transmission shift cable. To start, you're gonna start with this panel. There's two 7mm bolts under here, and right there. Mine's broken, so I can just pop it out. But once you get those, it'll pop out like this. Then just pull here. There's two pop tabs. Next, there's 4 bolts here, and here. Those are 8mm. You don't need an impact, but I got one. It's gonna make my life a little bit easier. And I know this is like a cardinal sin. Milwaukee socket on a DeWalt. Next, this will pop down, pull up like that, and you have all your wiring exposed and your transmission shift cable, which is right under there. For this next portion, you guys are going to be uncomfortable. I chose to be upside down on the seat like this. This just works best for me. My face is closest to where it's actually shifting and I can actually see the best. So I'll show you what to do. This right here is the end. All you're gonna wanna do is take a screwdriver, stick it between there, and twist. That's off. Now there's a second connection point in here. Right here. I zip tied my old one. Right there. Might be a little dark. What you're trying to do now is this little tab on the top. You're gonna want to pop that back, which this should be on the top. Pop that back, and then it should slide out this way. And that's essentially what it is. You can use this for reference. You can see right there what I'm talking about. I'm upside down. So, but that's why this job is so tedious and annoying. After you've got it out and loose, there should be a cable under here that runs into the firewall that when you pull should move that. So essentially just keep pulling on that cable, routing it out, and it should be down here now. Now you gotta go under the car. Now my truck is stuck in neutral, so I chalked the wheels in the back because I'm about to jack up the front so that it doesn't roll back off the jack. It's a safety thing. Make sure you always have your wheels chalked. When jacking up your truck, always use the frame rail to jack it up and put those jacks under the frame. Be safe. Now, that isn't holding the car. It's literally just there's enough pressure to barely catch it. Not a lot of pressure on that. That's just an extra level of safety. Now, remember, always give your car a good shake. Because think about it, you're going to be getting in and out of this fucking thing. And these things, they ain't light. They're big sons of bitches. Give that car a good shake forward and back, left and right, before you get under it. Always do that. It's safety. Once you're under your truck, right by where the cable comes out, this will be on the driver's side of the transmission. There's this tab. Take a screwdriver, pop it up. And now, you don't even have to do the other one. Just twist like you did before. You got a new one of these. Don't worry about breaking this. It's plastic. It'll come off. Don't worry about it. There we go. This should come up and out. And now, there's that rubber grommet on the new one. There's one on the old one as well. And you can just kind of get a hold of it. I got so much shit falling on my face. That's the rust belt for you. Fuck. Oh, fuck, that's disgusting. But you get a hold of that, you pull it down. I'll be right back when I do that. I need 2 hands. When you're in the top, right back how it was. You're gonna be able to see this grommet where it comes through. Just push that fucker through with a screwdriver. Sometimes it'll tear through the boot, but like I said, you got a new one. There you go, just like that. Send her all through. Now go to the underside and pull that out. Once you have that out, if it wasn't done already, stick your key in, shift to park. Next step, your shift lever itself, all the way back. Yep, you should be able to feel through, rolling through the gears. All the way back, should be a little, spring, as opposed to the front where there's not so much. All the way back, next step is you take your new cable, which I have right here, and you feed it through to that little hole, and you got to do it this way because of the way that the grommet is shaped. Feed it through. You need two hands, but you feed it through the hole where it came out of originally. If you have a friend on the top side, this is where this would be useful, because otherwise if you're feeding it by yourself, it'll go behind that. But no biggie. Make sure that that sharp firewall doesn't cut the cable too. But, come on. Come on. There we go. Easy peasy. Now it'd be best if one person fed and the other person pulled, but this will work too. You just gotta get started down there. This is why. Now I gotta go back under. Now, you can see that grommet was catching on the header, on the collector, should I say. And I got it past there. I'm just trying to jam it up a little bit more. Anyways, this is why it's best if one person feeds and the other person pulls. You won't run into issues like this. There we go. That grommet is up there. Now, I'm gonna need two hands for this, but you're gonna want to seat that grommet in there. It's like a U like this against the firewall, and the firewall is gonna sit right in between the two, right there. And you just gotta get that seated all the way around. You can use a screwdriver, but don't puncture it. Put it on the thicker part. So I'm here on the top side, and all I've been doing is going around, and you see that edge is on top of that. I'm pulling it with my fingers to get that edge all the way around. And now it's seated all the way around. Now your next step is taking this, rounding it up and around, back up to where it was up here. All right, guys, I ended up pulling that grommet through, which is gonna be fun to fix, but the rigid textured part goes this way, and then that thing will just pop in, and I'm actually gonna zip tie that just to make sure it stays in. After you've got the top nut and the grommet in, you're gonna wanna route this up through this other C channel and back to here, which I gotta do that with two hands. After you've got your tab pulled down and this set in, do not push this up yet, and I'll show you why. And this needs to be set in, and I'm gonna zip tie mine down so it doesn't come up. You're gonna want that red tick centered in the middle of that P. Now I'm waiting for my buddy to come so I can set this, but we're done under here for now, so we're gonna patch this all back up. Okay, so I got all my 8s started, now I'm gonna send them in. All right, and that panel just hooks in on your 7s. I ended up finishing the job. Essentially what you wanna do is you want your buddy shifting into drive, and then you wanna hear those clicks, so it should be in park in the back where you set it, and then it should go to reverse, neutral, drive, and then when it's in drive, have that red tick centered in the D, and then you push up that clip while it's centered, and then that's going to determine that clip. Essentially, you have a little bit of wiggle room. It determines where that tick is going to end up, and I'm OCD, and it would piss me off if it wasn't in the middle. But that's all you got to do. I'm sorry I didn't get a video. I was busy. I was like, it took us a little bit. It's trial and error. It takes you a little bit. Just make sure it's nice, neat, and pretty. But that's it. Oh, also, route your cable so that it's not touching your header and not touching the block. That's very important. Otherwise, it'll melt and you'll have to do it again. So if you guys could please like and consider subscribing if you semi-learned something or found it educational. I'm 17. I'm a dumbass, so just whatever helps, you know. All right, you guys have a good one. Bye.